Hello everyone and welcome to the German Pathshaala. Today in this video we'll be going to discuss about the Goethe German A1 exam, the exam pattern of this particular exam, that how the questions are formed, how to answer those particular questions, what will be the strategy to solve this kind of questions, and what kind of questions can you expect out of this particular exam. I'm going to give you a brief about how the exam is conducted, what are the kind of questions asked, and what are everything that you'll need before going to the exam. I'm going to discuss all of these things with you today. Now, the German A1 exam consists of 4 modules, namely reading, writing, speaking, and listening. As simple as that. And in German, if we talk, it's Lesen, Schreiben, Sprechen, and Hören. Reading, listening, writing, and speaking. Now, in A1 exam, you don't have to bother about sectional cutoff. There is no sectional cutoff. Let me mention this: no sectional cutoff. Like, if you have to clear this particular exam, you have to score 60% combined. 60% combined. Like reading, listening, writing, and speaking. If you score less in reading, more in writing, less in speaking, more in listening, so the combined percentage should be 60% for you to clear this particular exam. Okay. Now let us dive into the individual part, starting with listening, that is Hören. So Hören, in this exam, you'll get the time of 20 minutes, and don't bother about that because it is the same time till your audio is being played. So in this exam, what happens is there's one loudspeaker in front of you. If you are sitting there in that particular exam, there will be a loudspeaker in front of you, and you have to listen to the questions, the conversations. The questions are there in your question paper, and you have to listen to those audios, see your question paper, and answer accordingly. Okay. So this exam consists of 3 tiles. Tile means section. Let me mention here. Tile means section, or parts, you can say. So section 1, section 2, section 3, that is tile 1, tile 2, tile 3. So in tile 1, you'll be having multiple choice questions, and 6 questions you have to answer. And in tile 1, your audio will be played twice per question. Every question has a different audio, and this audio will be played twice in tile 1. Now coming to tile 2, you have true or false questions, true-false questions. That is, in German, that is richtig oder falsch. That is right and wrong questions, true or false questions. And you have to answer 5 questions. But in this part, in tile 2, the audio will be played only once. So you have to pay more attention towards the audio part. In tile 1, you will listen the audio twice, and in tile 2, you'll listen the audio once. Now when coming to tile 3, there are again multiple choice questions and 5 questions in this part. And here also the audio will be played twice. Okay. So the total time will be 20 minutes, and you have to cover all the 3 tiles. Now, let us dive into the individual tiles. Now, in this part, tile 1, you have 6 multiple choice questions, as I've said. Now, what is there in 6 multiple choice questions? Each question has like 1 question, 1 statement, like this, and 3 options like this, this, and this. So you have to listen to the audio and answer the questions, and audio will be placed twice per question. Now, what is there in this question? Okay, So let's see that what costed their pullover. So what does this mean? That what is the cost of pullover? Now, in this particular audio, okay, so there's one audio that I'm not going to be playing here. So let us consider that, okay, there's audio. So in that particular audio, you have to decide that whether the amount of this particular pullover is 30 euro or 95 euro or 19 euro 95 cents. So you have to be thorough with the numbers. That is 30 Euro, 95 Euro or 19 Euro, 95 cent. Okay. So these kind of questions will be there. This is the tile 1. So you have to answer 6 questions in this format. Now coming to next part, this is tile 2. Now in tile 2, you have right and wrong questions. That is true and false. This is true and false questions. So how many questions? 5 questions you have to answer like this. Each question has one statement and one audio. Okay. Each question has a different audio. You have to listen to the audio and determine that whether the statement is true or false. But the condition here is you'll be provided the audio only once. You'll be provided with the audio only once per question. So you have to pay attention here while listening to the audio, because you will not get any other chance to listen to that particular audio. Okay. So here one tip is there. If you miss some questions, then go forward with another question. Don't waste your time in recalling the things that what will be the answer of the older one, because if you start remembering the old audio or start like focusing on the previous question, you will lose the current questions and your score will be like very much affected by this. Okay. So next part is tile 3. Tile 3. In tile 3, again, you have 5 multiple choice questions. This is simple like the tile 1 part, but it is a bit difficult actually. It is a bit complicated. The audio will be like a conversation between the people, and you have to listen to the audio. One question has 3 options and one audio. Listen to the audio and answer the questions. Audio will be played twice per question. Here, twice you will be listening the audio per question. So prepare accordingly. That tile 1 you will be listening. For tile 1 you will be listening the audio only. You have audio twice. For tile 2 audio only once, and for tile 3 audio will be played twice. So in this way, prepare yourself in this way. If you appear for sample papers, like divide your time accordingly. Okay. So this is about listening part. Next we come to reading part, that is Lesen. So in Lesen exam, there is total of 25 minutes. Actually, you'll be provided with Lesen and Schreiben, that is reading and writing. The question paper will be provided to you at the same time. Okay. If you try to do the writing part first, you're good to do with that. And if you try to do the reading part, then again. So let me mention here, allow me to mention one second. So important thing is for writing and reading, you'll be given combined of 45 minutes, in which reading is 25 minutes and writing is 20 minutes. That is 20 minutes plus 25 minutes. Okay, so now reading exam, you'll be given approximate of 25 minutes. Okay, and this again has 3 tiles: tile 1, tile 2, tile 3. Now in tile 1, you have true and false questions, 5 questions of true or false. In tile 2, you will be having multiple choice questions. That is, again, the number is 5. And in again tile 3, you'll be having 5 questions. Okay, simple. So let's dive into the this reading part. Now, tile 1. So tile 1 has 5 questions, 5 true false questions, and mainly actually there are two main questions. Okay, so the first question consists of this kind of email, this one email. You have to read this complete email, you have to read this and answer the questions given here, that is whether this statement is right or wrong. Okay, for example, let's see this first part. So the question says, Lies Zug kommt nach halb eins an. Lies Zug kommt nach halb eins an. So what does this statement means? The Lies Zug means Lies train. Kommt, like came, comes. Nach, it's after. Halb eins an. So what is halb eins? Halb eins is 12:30. So this train comes after 12:30. And here it's written that, okay, dein Zug kommt here in Hanover um 12:36 Uhr. Okay. This Karen is writing to Lee that your train kommt here in Hanover um 12 Uhr 36 Uhr. Okay. So this is this statement is right or wrong? This is right. That the statement says that the train comes after 12:30 and the email says yes, it's 12:36. So this kind of questions you have to answer. So there will be 2 emails, like question 1 has 1 email, question 2 has another email. This has 1 sample question. There are 3 questions, 1 sample question. For that, solution is provided to you and 2 questions you have to answer in first email, and in second one you have to answer the 3 questions. So total there are 5 true false questions you have to answer. Now let us see Lesen tile 2. Now in tile 2 you have 5 MCQs. There are 5 multiple choice questions. Each question has 1 condition and 2 alternatives to choose. Now what does this mean? You have 1 statement and 2 options to choose, whether you should go with this one or this one. Let us see this example. Like, Sie möchten Deutsch in Deutschland lernen. This means that you want to learn German, Deutsch is German, in Germany. Like, you want to learn German in Germany. Okay. Now there are 2 advertisements. This is advertisement 1 and advertisement 2. In this, there's one Sprach Institute, folks. This is the name of the institute. That is Sprach Institute, means language institute. Like, this is in Dresden, and you learn Deutsch, English, Französisch, Russisch, like German, English, French, and Russian. Then there is information provided about the Schule, the school, the course, the price, and the contact. Okay. So this is one ad. Now let us see for the second one. This is EFIFA Idiomas, like V is pronounced as F, so EFIFA Idiomas, Sprachkurse für Deutsche, Spanisch und Mallorca, English auf Malta. Like, they are also providing the price, like unser Unterricht, that is our classes, Buschungen. So there are information provided about courses. Now, what is the difference between these two? By looking once, okay, there's one problem that how can we decide that, okay, I want to learn German in Germany, but there are two ads and they look like similar, like price, the school, the contact, and the German is also there. So the difference is this located in Dresden, that is in Germany. So first condition is satisfied. Another one, you learn Deutsch here. So this is okay. Why not this? Because this statement says that Sprachkurse für Deutsche. This means language course for Germans. Like for German people, this language course, there's one language course for German people, that German people, if they want to learn Spanish and Malta and English, so this is for Germans, but this is for uh, any other person who wants to learn German in Germany. So we'll go with A option. Okay, so there are five conditions, and there are this two alternatives to every condition. You have to see to go with which advertisement or like article or something, like whether the left one is right for you or the right one is correct for you. It depends on the statement provided here. Okay, so you have one condition and two alternatives to choose. So this is our tile 2. Now for tile 3, there are again 5 true and false questions. Each question has one notice or advertisement and one statement regarding that notice. Now, there's one notice like Eingang restaurant. This is one notice. You have one statement and you have to say that according to this, is this statement true or false? Now, this advertisement says that heute in heute in Bavaria, Bayerische Abend, Brazil, Weißwürste, Sauerkraut, Volksmusik, ab 20 Uhr, Tanz. Now, here, first word is heute, Abend, that is today, evening, können Sie, like can you, in diesem restaurant, like in this restaurant, tanzen, that is dance. So what does this statement means? Heute Abend können Sie in diesem Restaurant tanzen. This means today evening, can you dance in this restaurant? So is this statement is correct or false? Okay, it's not like can you, it's like in today evening, you can dance in this restaurant. Now, here this holds advertisement or notice means that ab 20 Uhr, like after. Ab is after. Now, after 8 o'clock, you can dance. So yes, in this restaurant, in evening, we can dance. So this is tile 3. You'll be given such 5 questions explaining, you have to write right or wrong. Okay. Next. Now this is, we are done with reading and listening. Now we'll see about writing. So in writing, there are 2 tiles. This is tile 1 and tile 2. For tile 1, you have to fill a form, and for tile 1, you have to fill a form, and for tile 2, you have to write an email or a letter. Okay, so you have a total of 20 minutes, and let us say that you can give 5 minutes to this and 15 minutes to the letter or email writing. Okay. Now for tile 1, you'll be given one small paragraph. Okay, and you'll be given 5 blanks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Small paragraph related to a given form and one form with 5 blanks. So you have to read this particular paragraph, and you have to answer these things accordingly. For example, like if we see the first line, that Ihre Freundin Eva Gaddafi Macht mit ihrem Mann und ihren beiden Söhnen 8 und 11 Jahre alt Urlaub in Seebeten. Now the thing is, in this, they are saying that there's one lady called Ifa with his man, that is husband, and by the zone. This means two sons. Like so, there are one, two, three, four. There are total of 4 persons who are traveling. So the first question asks Anzal. The first question is Anzal der Personen. That is, what is the number of the people? So we will say 4. And the next one, they're asking davon Kinder, that how many children are there? So you'll write 2. So in this sense, you have to write the whole form you have to complete just after reading this paragraph. You have to read the paragraph and fill in the blanks. This will not take much time, and this is the tile 1. For tile 2, you'll be given a condition with 3 checkpoints, and you have to write a email. What you have to write? An email or letter to someone based on the details given, and it is important to fulfill all the checkpoints in the answer. Okay. Here, important thing to note this is you have to write around 30 words. You have to write about 30 words in the answer. Like you have to write an email, including salutation, body, and greetings. So combining these 3 things, you have to write 30 words. Okay, and you don't have to miss any of these things because these all things contain marks. So like warum schreiben Sie? Why are you writing this letter? Informationen über Film, Museum, culture program. So you have to write the information about the film, the museum. Okay, so the question asks that Sie möchten im August Dresden besuchen. Schreiben Sie an die Touristinformationen. So you like to visit Dresden in August, in August, you have to visit Dresden and you like to visit it, and you have to write to this tourist information, like tourist information, and you have to write that, okay, why are you writing this letter? And about information about the film and the culture program and museum and etc. And what is the hotel address? So you'll ask these things, and you have to answer this question. So I'll make another video and in detailing this exactly this part, that okay, how to write a letter and how to write an email to someone addressing these all things. So I'll make a separate video on that. Don't worry. For now, just you have to have a little bit of consciousness about this particular thing, that how the thing works, how to write the letter, how to write the email. So this thing is the basic that you need to know. Now, last part is Sprechen. Now, this is important part. So in writing exam, you have this listening, writing, and reading. After that, you will be having Sprechen exam. So in Sprechen exam, that is speaking exam, this will be the sitting module, like sitting arrangement. Sitting arrangement in exam. Sitting arrangement. Now what happens is there are 2 examiners, that is examiner 1, examiner 2. The question will be asked questions will be asked only by the examiner 1. Examiner 2 will be there to provide you examples, okay, for examples and for just observation. Examples and observation. That what's your behavior, how are you answering the questions, what is your what vocabulary you are using, what kind of what you call the way of presentation, the way of speaking German, your pronunciation, each and everything examiner 2 will take care of, and examiner 1 will ask the questions. So, and there are 4 candidates. If you are candidate A, then there are 3 more candidates with you sitting in this particular exam, in speaking exam. Okay. Now, this Sprechen exam consists of 3 tiles: tile 1, tile 2, tile 3. And total time is 15 minutes. In 15 minutes, a total of 4 people will complete the exam. Okay. Now in tile 1, you have to say your introduction. In tile 2, you have to ask a question about a particular German word with context to a theme. There's one, they'll provide you with one word and one theme. You have to make a question and you have to answer a question. There are 2 rounds of this. In tile 3, there are again 2 rounds. What you have to do, you have to identify an image and ask question regarding that image to your partner, and your partner will ask you a question. Examiner will not ask question. In tile 2 and tile 3, no examiner will be asking questions. They'll just provide you with the word and the image. You have to frame a question. You have to ask that particular question to your partner. Your partner will answer that particular question to you. And based on your questions and answers, you will be provided marks by the examiner. Next thing. Now what happens in tile 1 is, tile 1, what you have to do, you have to introduce yourself. Okay. Introduce yourself by referring to a cue card. A typical cue card looks like this. So what you have to do, you have to say your name, like Ich bin, just let's say your name is Rohan. So let's say Ich bin Rohan. Ich bin 25 Jahre alt. Ich komme aus Indien. Ich wohne in Bengaluru. Ich spreche Hindi, Englisch und ein bisschen Deutsch. Ich bin Lehrer von Beruf. Meine Hobbys sind Tanzen, Musik hören und Klettern. Okay, so this is a typical kind of introduction. I'll make another video and I'll explain these all things in detail. So you have to say your name, age, your country, your place where you're living, your language, your profession, your hobby. Okay, so this you have to, this for this you don't have to prepare on the spot. You can learn, you can by heart this thing before going to the examination. And a typical of these things only there. Maybe there are some changes. Someone can ask you about your phone number. Someone can ask you about your like you to spell the name of to spell your name, or to spell your like city name or anything. They can ask you that. Just after you say your introduction, they can ask you that. Okay, so be thorough with numbers, be thorough with pronunciation of the alphabets, and you should know the exact pronunciation of each and every word. Okay, for this is the introduction part. Now for second round, what will happen is, for okay, now before going to second part, I will explain. Okay, for tile 1, this is for tile 1, what will happen is, examiner 1 will ask you introduction. He will ask you introduction. Examiner 1 will ask question to B, then to C, then to D. What does this mean? That he will ask question to this, then he will ask introduction to this, then C, and then D. So in this way, he'll ask introduction. Okay. Now coming to tile 2. Tile 2 has 2 rounds. Okay. They'll provide you with a cue card. So this is a typical cue card. This is the name of the exam. This is the part, the expression, that is speaking exam, and tile 2. Speaking exam. Okay, Sprechen is speaking, and tile 2. So your theme is Essen and Trinken. Essen und trinken, and yet the word is Frühstück. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to ask to your partner using the word and the given theme, and then answer the question asked by your partner. Okay, so you have to make a question regarding this word and this particular theme. So theme is Essen und trinken. This means eating and drinking. This is eating and drinking. And Frühstück is breakfast. This word means breakfast. So you can make a question like, was frühstücken Sie? As simple as that. Was frühstücken Sie? Like, what did you have in your breakfast? As simple as that. So you have to ask the question to your partner, and your partner will answer, okay, ich esse Brot und Marmelade. Okay, so he will answer, okay, he will answer what he has eaten or what he has drank at that time. Okay, so this is style 2, and you will be provided with 2 rounds. So you have to make 2 questions and you have to answer 2 questions. So let us see the sitting arrangement and the pattern, like how the questions are asked. Here, like this is a cue card. This is a cue card. Examiner 1 will provide cue card to this A person, B, C, and D. They will provide a cue cards. So now the A person will ask a question to B person, and then B will answer to A. Then B will ask question to C. C will answer to B. Then C will ask a question to D. Then D will answer a question to C. And then again, D will ask a question and A will answer that. So it goes with like this format, like A asking to B, B is answering, then B asking to C, then C answering, then C asking to D, then D answering, then D will ask question to A and A will answer to D. Okay, so each person will ask this question. Each person will ask twice and answer twice. Okay, so this is tile 2. Now what happens in tile 3? In tile 3, there's speaking tile 3. There are again 2 rounds, and the questions are of same pattern. The questions are and the answer are of same pattern, but the difference here is you are not given a word, you are given an image of a picture. You have to see this picture, you have to identify the picture and its name in German. You have to identify this picture and the name in German. So this is an apple, and apple is called as Apfel in German. Das Apfel. Okay, the apple. So you have to ask a question to your partner. There's no theme given. You can ask any question as simple as that. Wo ist das Apfel? Like, where is the apple? You can ask this simple question to this. Okay, ask question to your partner using the same picture and then answer the question asked by your partner. Your partner will be having another picture. He will have to frame the particular question and ask to you. It's not that you are answering questions on this picture, only on this picture. There are a lot of pictures, there are a lot of cue cards, and there are a lot of images in that particular. So the other person, your partner, will see a picture. He will answer. He will ask you a question. You have to answer that, and you have to answer for this apple. Okay, for this image. The setting arrangement and the procedure of asking questions is same as we have seen in tile 2. So in tile 3, again, A will ask question, B will answer, B will ask, then C answer, and C will ask the question, then D will answer, and D will ask a question, and then A will answer. It's like similarly, A to B, B to A, then B to C, C to B, C to D, and D to C, then again D to A and A to D. In this way, this speaking exam will be taking place. Okay, so this is a exam pattern of German A1 exam. How the exam gets exam takes on the exam takes place. How the exam takes place, and here is the total the overview of the exam and how the time limits are being distributed among the exams. So this is the end of this video, and in next video I'll be providing you with some sample papers, and we'll be solving it together.